A while back, I found out about this game on Roblox called Regretevator. In it, you go inside an elevator and each floor is a different minigame. As cool as that concept sounds, it's actually not good at all. In fact, it's a cringe and boring mess. And like, this thing is way too overrated. As bad as Roblox is, I'm sure that there's games that are way better than this one. So, logically, when I found out BFTI was collabing with it, I was reasonably upset about it, since I like the series. But when I expressed that on Twitter, people didn't agree with me because, of course, the shitty cringe game has cringy fans. Even after all that, I still decided to play it. You know, maybe it's actually a really good game and I'm just wrong about all this. So, let's give it a go. Starting off strong, a boring floor you can do anything in except for buy stuff with money I don't have. Really cool. After that horrible start, there was actually somewhat decent hobby, but there was too little time for not be that big, so I ended up dying. Well, at least was better than the one before. I don't understand this one. It's like, you go up something and there's some elevators falling, and you can't do anything here except die. So yeah, this one isn't great either. This one also doesn't make sense, because, I thought you were meant to go inside the doors, but no, none of them open. I tried every single one of them, none of them opened. So, like, I died. Ugh, this game just keeps getting worse, it's giving me a headache. Is there anything good about this game? Huh? Bug Bowl? Okay. Okay, moving on. This floor is decent also. You just go inside these little things, rooms, so you don't die from this wall that comes every once in a while. But I died even though I was inside the safe area. Pardon the intrusion, but the elevator reached maximum capacity. Your name will be shown on the screen now. Asking you to silence in the elevator. This is new. Hey, I'm not leaving. Never mind. Hey, look at this cool room I found. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to move on, but really? Two furries? I was about to say that this game is more boring than cringe, but this is just too much for me. Like, you don't have to put furries in your game. Next floor. This one, all you've got to do is cross the road. I finished it pretty much first try. It's really boring, there isn't much to say about it. So, yeah, moving on. Ugh, this one is all pink and cute. And most importantly, boring. All you've got to do is click the food that appears on your screen. Another goddamn furry. God, I hate this game. This floor, all you do is hit a machine for some reason, and there's a bunch of stuff happening. Then there's this other one where everything's pink, and there's the first human of the game, and this one where you color things. Do you want to know what all of these have in common? They're all boring! What I'm getting from this game is that it's cringe and boring, and there's no reason for people to like it at all. Like, it's not even endearing. From all of these floors, I only somewhat like two of them. It's so frustrating. Okay, what's next? Petscop reference? Well, this one isn't great either, because I don't even know what I meant to do. It's just like, I need
just my personal opinion, but it's also fact at the same time. So, yeah. #1 fan of all time, forever and ever. I'm obsessed with Petscop, and if I could infuse my blood with Petscop, I would do that. With no hesitation. Not an ounce of hesitation. Anyway, so what Petscop is it is an alternate reality game or an ARG, and it's about this guy named Paul, and he receives a disc from a guy named Rainer. And the disc is the game Petscop, and he uploads playthroughs of the game. Obviously, it's not a real game, but he uploads playthroughs of it to show to someone. Ooh, I wonder who. The biggest thing about Petscop is there is a story, there is a canon story, but it's made in a way where you're supposed to interpret it however you want to, and so, most of the plot is just like, oh yeah, like, I think this is what's happening, but it's meant to be that way. You're meant to kind of come to your own conclusion of what exactly is happening in Petscop. So what I'm going to talk about is, can this fucking truck get off my ass, bro? Just go, just pass me, bro, stop, bro, I can't fucking see, your brights are on. Anyway, I'm going to be explaining my interpretation of what is happening in Petscop, what I think is going on. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning of the story, more or less. There's a guy named Marvin. Marvin is the father of Care, and Marvin is a really bad guy. Oh, that was a cop. That was a police officer, that's why he was doing that. Anyway, so Marvin is not a good guy. Marvin is a horrible guy who kills people. So Marvin meets this girl and her sister. The girl's name is Lena, and her sister's name is Anna, I believe. And one day, the three of them, they all go to a windmill. And at this windmill, Anna takes a picture of Marvin and Lena together. And I'm guessing Anna steps away or something because she's not, I don't know, turns around maybe. And when she looks back, there's no Lena and there's no windmill. Now, what I think happened is that Lena was killed with a tool that is used to clean pianos with, I believe. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, tool, it's a thing. If you watch Petscop, you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say tool. But anyway, Marvin kills Lena with tool and somehow manages to make the entire windmill vanish. I don't know. But anyway, when Anna looks back, there is no Lena and there is no windmill. It's gone. Lena her little character is on some gears, and so I'm guessing that had something to do with some kind of mechanism. But what I think happened is why Lena was completely gone is because she was not killed all the way, and she tried to run. Because on Lena's gravestone, it said they didn't see her. So I'm guessing she tried to run away. There's kind of this area where cars go through, and she was trying to run across there and got hit. Kind of far-fetched in the fandom, but that's my interpretation of it. The spot with the cars is an actual place in the game. I'm not just bullshitting that. So that happens, and eventually Marvin and Anna, they get married, they have a kid. The kid's name is Care, and Care, to Marvin's knowledge, I believe, is the reincarnation of Lena. Marvin, does everything he can to keep them similar. He plucks Care's eyebrows because Lena doesn't have eyebrows, and that's a big thing is they're confused as to why she's not growing eyebrows, and it is undoubtedly because Marvin is plucking them because he thinks that Care is Lena. So, I'm guessing the marriage falls apart a bit. Marvin is no longer welcome in the home, and because of this, he's unhappy and decides to kidnap Care and keep her in a school, an abandoned school, I'm guessing, for a very, very long time. Well, Marvin isn't no longer welcome in the home. He only goes there certain days. He only gets Care on certain days. But one of these days, I'm guessing where he does not have Care, he breaks into the house through Care's bedroom window, knocks the AC out of the window, comes in, and steals Care. And there is a whole system set up that goes off when Care leaves the room, and it says, Care left the room. So he takes Care, and he convinces her that she's ugly and is horrible and that nobody loves her, hence making that Care that originally went missing impossible to find. Care A, as she's referred to as, is now no longer able to be found. She goes from Care A, which is just Care, to Care B, which I'm assuming is just the distraught Care, to Care NLM, NLM meaning nobody loves me, hello train. And once Care NLM is, that she thinks nobody loves her, she can't go back to normal, which, has with trauma and stuff like that. Once that stuff's happened, you're never going to really repair from that, and you're not ever going to really be the same anymore. Care is eventually paired up with Belle/Tiara. For the sake of consistency, I'm just going to call her Belle. Belle was also at the school and was convinced that she kind of wasn't part of the family. I like to think Belle is adopted and that Anna adopted her. But because she's not, the same blood, she was convinced that she needed to be rebirthed and that she wasn't one of them. And basically, they get out of the school, and they manage to get out of the school, and Care transitions into a man, Paul. Paul does not remember any of this. He points out that he doesn't remember anyone ever going missing, and that him and Care, they're very similar. They have the same birthday, they're the same exact age, everything. The person that he's making the Petscop videos for is Belle, and they investigate it together. Now, Petscop has been being made for a long time, since Marvin started fucking shit up. And so Rainer has a bunch of different people, in the family, who play test the game in different ways. So they're aware of it, and have clearly, they already know the basics of it. This is not going to be complete, full, and thorough, because I'm just winging this right now off the top of my head. But basically, some time flies, and one Christmas, Rainer shows up to Anna's home, and Marvin's home, and he brings the disc, the Petscop disc. He gives it to them as a gift, and while they're, watching what's playing on the screen, which is a message that says, it's like, fuck you, Merry Christmas, check your bathroom now. While they're watching this, Rainer goes into the bathroom, and he offs himself. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but anyway, yeah, he's not alive anymore in the bathroom, in the bathtub. Paul finds this in the game, has no idea what the fuck is going on, when given the hints of, that occurring. And the more he plays the game, the more cryptic all of Rainer's messages are. And he gets some of it, but he also doesn't. And he sort of falls into this psychosis, and it's right, but it's not. He doesn't know that he's actually doing something. He thinks he is. And in reality, he wouldn't be, but he is actually. He starts to think that if he just pretends a door is open, that he can go through it and start doing stuff, which makes no sense logically, but it does work. And he's able to get into Marvin and Anna's bedroom and find a bunch of, I think they are, Marvin's side of the room, or no, well, I don't know. A side of the bedroom is painted black, that's all that good stuff. And basically, this just kind of leads him into not really knowing what he should be doing and following Marvin's commands. Because Marvin is also playing the game, so is Belle/Tiara. Tim and Belle investigate and, realize, Marvin is there, and they all kind of are together. And at that point, Marvin keeps having them play music, which I think is probably unlocking a bit of memories, because, I don't know, when Paul plays the song, he plays it well, but then as he gets into it, he starts, once he really gets into it for a minute, he starts to mess up. And Marvin was like, well, Tiara, Belle, plays that too. And I think that this kind of unlocks something within them, because my theory is that Marvin had them play this song at the school. There's a point where they realized that there's this sort of database, different room layout, and Marvin asks Paul which one is he in, and so Paul shows him, and Marvin says, here I come. They go silent. Paul is trying to say help, but he's cut off, which I'm guessing is when Marvin enters the room. I don't know what happened. I have a few theories, but I'm honestly not going to talk about them because none of them are good, and I'll let you go to come to your own inference there. But yeah, when Paul gets back, Belle says, she's sorry, and it just derails from there. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that, because I don't actually want to spoil the ending, which you get the full story. You have to watch. There's a video that is the Petscop soundtrack, and at the end of that video, there's, the ending. And I'm not gonna spoil that for you. And it's very, very complicated, and it's very, very interpretive. It is not clear at all what's going on in that ending, and it is very much up to you to come to that conclusion, which is the biggest thing, because that's the ending, and literally the ending is up to you. Petscop is an amazing piece of artwork. That is how I interpret it. There is more things that go on. There's more smaller details, but the basis of it is Petscop is a game that this guy made. I'm pretty sure Rainer is Marvin's brother, maybe? I don't remember. They're related. I'm almost positive of that. It's a game made by Rainer to expose and call out and potentially stop Marvin, and it seems like it just became a way for Marvin to enable himself more, but it is eventually put to a stop. He doesn't get his way, basically. But Petscop is whatever you want it. It's an interpretive piece of artwork. It's beautiful. It's just everything about it is amazing and wonderful. It's one of my favorite things out there in the whole world. And I love all things like it. It's just amazing to me. And when I first got into Petscop, it was right before the last, not the soundtrack video, but the last Petscop video came out. And so it was ongoing, but it was basically over. And so I got to watch all that in full. And then I was teetering on the edge, because I didn't know it was going to end, but, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, now I just have to wait for the ending. And I got that, and I thought it was the ending. And then they did that soundtrack video, and it was like, there's more food, There was also a glitch with one of the YouTube videos where the timestamp for the video is way fucking longer than the video actually is. That actually has nothing to do with the ARG, and it is purely just a YouTube glitch. I'm pretty sure it says the video is like hours long or something, or like an hour long, and in reality the video is like a few minutes, I think. I don't know. I think that's just really interesting. That's just a fun little thing. My throat is really dry, and I feel like I'm about to start gagging so much. So I think that's all I have to say about Petscop. I love Petscop! I love Petscop! I love Petscop!
Okay, thanks, Ray. What was it again? Oh, right, I was going to make a tuna sandwich.